Well, I discovered that I lost a little bit of weight, which was nice. It was quite hard to tell with the, usually using the measuring tape. Like I think there were some differences, but it was hard to know whether that was just the way that I was measuring or if that was a big difference. But then some things like really didn't change, and then some things did. So I can't remember which ones did, but there were some definitely some changes. Yeah, well, I definitely feel that, which is really nice because it just means that your clothes fit better and everything. But the thing that I just have to keep reminding myself is it's not about weight loss. Like I really would love to lose weight, but that's not what I'm doing it for. I'm doing, there's numbers on a scale or anything like that. Yeah, so. Like the weight is a byproduct of living a healthier and more active life, right, for me. So whereas if it just becomes about the numbers on a scale, then it just drives behaviors that I don't want to go there. So interesting. From what I understand, you can have a serotonin hit from the anticipation of something good, just as much as from actually having something good. And I do think that played into it, is that when I was at that point where I felt like the thing that I had been looking forward to was going to Queenstown and doing my half marathon, and at that point where there wasn't that to look forward to anymore, and there wasn't anything else to look forward to, but I'd been okay with that because I still had this thing that I was working towards. But when I lost that, I think that really contributed to me just feeling like what is there? So that's just so interesting in itself, how much of an impact that has. Being able to recognise that, but then also, if that's the case, then I need to find something else to look forward to, whatever it may be. So interesting. Oh my gosh, there's so much that I will take forward. Like all the things. Just around when I think I'm hungry versus when am I actually hungry, or am I thirsty? And just kind of challenging that a little bit. And it's every day. Like it's so instinctual to me that to get up and have breakfast. But just to challenge that, and it's quite amazing how big a difference that is. But then also on the types of food that I eat, like that's a massive thing for me. Is like as a child growing up, I would have always just had like carbs, but also like sweet carbs. So jam on toast, or I don't know, fruit and yogurt, or like it's all sweet things. And I, recognized along the way that, pancakes for breakfast is not a good idea, but I hadn't recognized that there was just so many other options in terms of fueling your body in the morning. So that in itself is a huge thing. And I've always struggled with what to have for breakfast. So yeah, it's quite liberating. Yeah. And then that's the other thing. That's the biggest thing, is just, needing to make time for myself, but also communicate that need to people. And it just shows up in so many ways. Like, today's my day off, but yesterday I took time to go and, catch up with some people, have a little play date. So I was like, I'm okay to do some work this morning, but it's not work. It's not normal work. This is me doing things like my big rocks that I need to get done. But to do that, I'm not sitting at my desk. I'm on my bed. This is my space to do my work that I want to do. It's like little things like that. It's just creating that space and recognizing the space and that need to be outside. Just breathing is a big thing for me, and I'm just trying to remember that even just every little exercise that I do, breathe, because I'm naturally just hold my breath. But then, even if I'm getting frustrated or whatever with the kids, just to breathe So I think that's just a really important one for me. Calm. Yeah, definitely. Like on my vision board, I had to do this vision board for a leadership course last year, and like one of the pictures that I cut out was, it's this lady sitting on a couch with a cup of tea, and it says the ideal of calm, and that's it. That is what I want, and that is what I've got. And at breakfast time, I'm just having a nice cup of chamomile tea, and it's like savoring those moments and making the space to have those moments, and it's all kind of combined in a way. The other thing for me is around, the other night when I was feeling really unhappy, then what I was thinking about was, well, the Whoop model, and what, if I'm not happy with what's going on, what do I want to do about it? Like, what's my wish? And like, so that model in itself is actually something really useful that I can take forward. And for example, with the alcohol, then when I was like not happy about that, I knew that we could then work through that and change it, and it's on my own terms, but it's making changes in a way that will work for me. It had still been quite a roller coaster in a way, and I guess what I would want to do is flatten out those lows a little bit more, so getting better at managing those times and recognizing how I'm feeling, and proactively doing something about it. And then I think the things that we talked about in terms of the mind, genius, and social, I think those are really interesting to explore, because that's the thing, is that I can be incredibly passionate, but then I can also be quite demotivated as well. When there's those moments where I am low energy, what do I do about it? Alongside that though, like, I definitely, I want to be able to move. So there's that as well, and it's in parallel. And like, it was awesome on Tuesday to be talking about how I'm feeling, but then also I have to be able to move my body to be well. So it's really tightly linked. So I was thinking, keep it low, plan for 2 months, because then we'll go into Christmas, and who knows what's going to happen through December and January. But yeah, at least like for 2 months, it's like another good chunk of time to work through. And then in terms of frequency, it has been really good for me doing it weekly, it could be fortnightly, or we could just, it's definitely helped through lockdown having that weekly, because it's almost something to look forward to in a way. I also think that it's the most low-cost treadmill that a person can possibly purchase. So I think it's a win-win. I think everyone should get one.